Good afternoon, good evening. Hopefully all is well in your life and hopefully your glass is half full rather than half empty. Welcome to Footprints, interesting talks. Today we're going to be talking about what we call a stop loss order on worry. A stop loss order on worry. Now, I've been using this method myself for some years, but I never actually called it a stop loss order on worry. I just called it a stop loss and stop worrying. But how this comes about, well, let's put it this way. Everybody would like to be able to trade on Wall Street, know how to play the game there and make money. And if I knew how to do that, I probably wouldn't be here now. Probably be in Belize or Bermuda or the Bahamas making this video there rather than in London doing it. And millions of other people would really love to know, should I say, how to trade in shares, stocks and shares. But what good traders do is they put a stop loss order on purchases that they make. So if they buy some shares for like £50 per share, and ideally obviously they want the shares to go up to 60, 100, £150 per share. But what happens if it goes wrong? So they put a stop loss order on shares that drop below a certain amount. And usually for some of the good traders, as far as I'm aware of, they will make the stop loss order about 5%. So if it drops from £50 to £45, those shares are immediately sold. So it stops them having heavy losses. And of course, one way to make money on the stock exchange is to avoid having heavy losses. Okay, so how does that apply to us? We too can apply it to our own individual lives. That we have a stop loss period on different scenarios, different situations that we encounter in our day-to-day life. And I'll give you a simple example, which I think is a simple example. Let's say I've got a friend that I meet for lunch on a regular basis, and they're always late. So instead of me always sitting down there waiting and getting frustrated and fuming and thinking how my lunch break's going to end without me actually having anything to eat properly or being able to digest it, I could say to them, such and such a person, next time you're late, you'll come here after 15 minutes. I'll give you 15 minutes. And when 15 minutes is up, I will no longer be here. I'll be gone. That's my stop loss order on that particular encounter with that person. Now we can apply that on our impatience, our anger, our resentment, our fears of situations, across the board. You put a stop loss order on things that you give yourself a set time to do, wait for, stew on, or allow it to affect your life. Now what I have been doing is, let's say somebody let me down. Somebody might have owed me some money, they didn't pay me back, they didn't contact me, there was no verbal communication, no communication at all. And I would get upset about it. It's natural to get upset about something like that. But what I've learned to do over my lifetime is to set myself a amount of time. How long am I going to be upset about that? I might say 2 hours to the end of the evening. But tomorrow morning or by this evening before I go to bed, I ain't going to be worried about that person. I ain't going to be worried about that money. I might have to actually literally write it off, because for me to worry about it is affecting my here and now. And of course, lots of worry and stresses affect your health over a longer period of time, short period of time, and definitely over long periods of time. So stop loss order comes in very useful across our lives and how we can apply it and when we can apply it. And who to. And you can apply it to anybody. As long as you tell them, or you tell yourself, most importantly, that you're no longer putting up with A, B, C, D scenario, you can stop yourself from doing it. And when it comes to like thinking about things that do affect you, you can also apply these questions to them. How will I feel about this in 2 years' time? How will I feel about it in 3 years' time? How will I feel about it in 5 years' time? Will it be upsetting to me then? Will it affect me then? And if the answer is no, then in the short term, it has to go. It really has to go. It can't stick around. It can't be something that you think that you have to worry about, when at the end of the day, after a period of time, say 2, 3 or 5 year period, it's something you will no longer be thinking about. Another one is to show you have your way in all situations. Well, no, you're not going to have your way in all situations. So be accepting of that and be able to say to yourself, is it necessary that I have my way, or can I compromise? And if you can compromise with people or situations, again, it takes the stress out of the situation. You didn't lose, they didn't win. You've got some of what you wanted, they've got some of what they wanted, and it's a win-win situation, rather than sitting down and nothing is achieved. Nothing but animosity is flowing between the two of you. There's no point when you can compromise, as long as the other person is willing to do so too. So, theme of this talk: put a stop loss order on anything that's distressing to you, so that you can move on and live in the present to the best of your ability, to enjoy the present. Because, you know, time is ticking. It's our most valuable asset we have, and it's certainly ticking for everybody. And there's people that are watching this video that definitely live longer than they're going to live. So if you're not getting the message now, I'm not quite sure when will you get it. You've got to live in the moment and not stress about things that you can't control. So into 2 weeks' time, do take care of yourself. Try to stay positive. Leave some comments on what you think about this video and how you put a stop loss order on your lives, maybe using different words or different terminology, but how you stop yourself or give yourself time limits to stop stressing, stop worrying, stop fretting about said circumstances that may affect your day-to-day life. Take care. Bye for now.